Hi, third grade. We are checking numbers 14 through 31 on pages 353 to 354. We are going to start with numbers 14 through 25. Here are the answers. Please pause the video and check yours right now. Really pay attention to numbers 16, 24, and 25. These are problems with 0. Remember our trick for dividing with 0. 0 can be the dividend. That is okay. Or if you have brackets, it would be backwards. Okay. We cannot have the 0 as the divisor though. So for each of those, the answer is 0. Anytime you see a 0 in the dividend, your answer is 0. Number 26. You really needed to read this carefully and take this step by step. First, when I look at the problem, I see that Claire is putting 4 of her parakeets in a cage. So if we are taking 4 parakeets away, that is a subtraction problem. 7 minus 4 equals 3. So we are working with 3 parakeets. If I continue to read carefully, it says she divides the other parakeets, remember that's our 3, equally among 3 friends to hold. So that would be our 3 parakeets divided by 3 friends. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. So our answer is 1 parakeet. The answer to number 27 is 10 grapes. Please keep listening to see how we get 10 grapes. To solve number 27, the first thing I did was I drew the 5 parrots that Lena has. Next, I gave each parrot 1 grape. Those blue grapes represent the morning grapes, and then another grape for the evening. So then whenever I look at this, it becomes very clear that all together, she gives her parrots 10 grapes. You really needed to read carefully. The question does not ask for how many grapes does each parrot get each day. We want to know about her parrots. That is all of her parrots combined. So we count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, please double check. Make sure that you have your answer, 1 bird, and then you also needed to explain that any number divided by itself equals 1. Like we see here, we have 21 divided by 21. We are dividing a number into itself. Anytime that happens, the answer always is 1. You definitely needed to have something like that in your answer. Here are the answers for numbers 29A through C. Please pause the video and check your answers right now. Take a look at these 2 questions, B and C. 6 divided by 1 does not equal 1. 6 divided by 1 equals 6. Remember, anything divided by 1 is going to be equal to the dividend. Additionally, 29C is false. We cannot possibly divide 1 divided by 5. Remember, our dividend always has to be the bigger number here. For numbers 30 and 31, you needed to read the above section up here. You needed to read all of this first. You should have also paid close attention to the directions. Read the problem, write an equation, and then solve. You also needed to write rule A or rule B to tell which rule you used. If you don't understand this rule A or rule B, it's because you didn't read this part up here. Here are your rules. So if you didn't do these 3 things, equation, solve, and write the rule, please do that right now before checking your answers. Here are the 3 things you should have for number 30. First, you should have 7 divided by 1 equals 7. This represents the 7 goldfish that Jamal is putting in one fishbowl. That is 7 divided by 1. 7 divided by 1 equals 7. So there's our equation. Our answer is 7 goldfish. Notice that I have a label here. Lastly, the rule that this follows is Rule A. If you go back up and look at these two rules, Rule A mentions any number divided by 1 equals that number. That is exactly what we see here. We have 7 divided by 1 equals 7. Our answer for number 31 is 6 divided by 6 equals 1. That is our equation because there are 6 turtles being divided into 6 aquariums. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So our answer is 1 turtle. Make sure you have the label. You also needed to have Rule B. So if we go back up and look at Rule B right here, it says any number except 0 divided by itself equals 1. That's what we see. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. So that is Rule B. Nice job checking your work. You may look up on the board and start your next activity.